So let me get this straight. Stephanie was hacked. Okay, so y'all know that Drew and Desiraye just had court about custody of Deshaun, and Desiraye is going to be getting visits. Anyway, during this whole thing, there's obviously like an investigation going on currently. And Stephanie has been ordered not to take pictures or videos or to bring up Deshaun or Desiraye or the entirety of the situation at hand, period. And she has still done that. So she says that she was apparently hacked and that people got her iCloud. There's been a fluctuation in cars coming in and out of their motel, which I mean, if you're in a motel and people are coming to stay there, then that's kind of like the whole fucking point, but okay. It's just giving rugs and paranoia to me. So, yeah, that's the update that I have today. I just think it's pretty odd. With this investigation, I think that they are wanting to see things from Stephanie, like pictures and videos, and all of a sudden all of those just disappeared, right? So that's pretty weird, but okay.
Stephanie Jenkins is completely delusional. And at this point, it's becoming dangerous for herself, for her family, and especially the kids she keeps dragging into her mess. After the court ruled in favor of Desiraye, giving her legal visitation rights to see her son Deshaun, Stephanie hasn't been the same. It's like she's lost all sense of logic. She's now convinced that people are out to hurt her, spiraling into full-blown paranoia. In her latest video, she literally claims people are watching her, plotting against her, and hacking into her devices. Let's break it down, because the way Stephanie is carrying on, it's not just bizarre, it's deeply concerning. Paranoia takes over. Stephanie recently posted a video where she opened with a voiceover. She said she's been noticing cars coming in and out of the motel. According to her, the people in those cars don't look like they're from around here. She even hinted that some of these people might be purposely coming to watch her or scare her. Like somehow she's the reason strangers are pulling up in a public motel parking lot.
Honestly, full transparency, I'm a little beat, I'm not gonna lie. And I'll do my best to put this voiceover on this video, but recently we've been noticing a fluctuation with cars in and out, people staying here that just don't seem to be the type of people that would even be from this area, especially with my iCloud recently being hacked and 4 years of my data being wiped. I mean, we're talking 4,000 videos and photos. Memories back from 2021 all the way to current of my kids, our family, and no doubt all the content that I put the work into these last few years. First opened my iCloud to find all of that gone, it hit me pretty hard, especially because I can't help but wonder why anyone would want any of that information. Why you take the time to get into somebody's iCloud when knowing full well that's something you can definitely take a legal route, and I'm going to do so. I'm not good with any technical terms on that. I'm just saying that's something that is not okay. You have access to the videos that I post, the photos that I post, but directly hacking into my personal information, that's just not okay. Even more transparency here, and I told my man that I was going to say this, so it's not like I'm hurting any feelings. I really feel like a lot of the reasons why y'all attack me have nothing to do with me personally. Keep bringing up the fact that I'm still married to an SO. Then you bring up my living situation like I have no idea what it's like. Dude, I'm the one living it. What the heck? Like I said, I'm beat, so yeah, I have a lack of energy in my voice, lack of enthusiasm, and I'm definitely not done talking because I feel like I didn't have a voice in any of this.
But here's the thing, Stephanie is living in a motel. A public shelter, the kind of place where people are literally supposed to come and go. Some get assistance for long-term stay, yes, but others are just passing through. And that's how motels work. That's the entire point. It's a temporary space, not a permanent home. She's acting like it's her private property, like the whole motel is her house and anyone new is trespassing. She sees a new car and instantly believes it must have something to do with her. But this isn't a private neighborhood. This isn't even an apartment complex with long-term leases. It's a motel. People come and go every day. Travelers, families passing through, people needing short-term shelter, they all come in for a night or two and leave. And her saying the people don't look like them from around here, that makes even less sense. Who books a motel in their own neighborhood? Of course, most people staying there are from out of town. That's how motels operate. If someone lived around the corner, they wouldn't pay for a room. They would just go home. Stephanie has convinced herself that every person who shows up is a threat to her. That's the problem. This kind of thinking isn't based on facts. It's based on fear, insecurity, on a need to feel like she's being targeted when really she's just surrounded by people living their lives. And that's the scariest part, because this kind of mindset, it's not grounded on reality. It's rooted in deep paranoia. It makes everything feel like a conspiracy, even when it's just normal life happening around her. The iCloud meltdown. It doesn't stop there. Stephanie has claimed that her iCloud was hacked. She said more than 4,000 videos and photos dating back to 2021 had disappeared. Her exact words, that she didn't understand why anyone would go after her iCloud instead of just taking a legal route. A legal route? For what exactly? What would someone take Stephanie to court over? her photos. It didn't make sense. She made it sound like someone launched a full investigation just to delete her camera roll. And she said it like she was ready to lawyer up and go all over it. The irony is wild. This is the same woman who has repeatedly said she doesn't have money for her children's basic needs. No money for gas, no money for toys, no money for fun trips. But when it comes to something dramatic involving her social media life, suddenly she's ready to hire a lawyer and file paperwork. Priorities completely upside down. Where was this urgency when her kids needed shoes? When the dishes piled up in the corner? When cockroaches were crawling across the floor? How is it that a hacked iCloud triggers her fight mode, but her kids' daily suffering doesn't? Let's be real. There is a high chance this hacking story isn't even true. It might just be another one of Stephanie's distractions, another way to make herself the victim and dodge accountability. Because what better way to cover up losing the custody case than to throw out a big emotional distraction about being targeted again? She knows Desiraye has been granted visitation rights. She knows her plan to erase the real mom is falling apart. So instead of owning that loss, she throws out a new narrative that she's being watched, that people are coming after her iCloud, that strangers are spying. It's a pattern, and it always seems to show up when the truth isn't in her favor. The stepmom fantasy crumbles.
So let me get this straight. Stephanie was hacked. Okay, so y'all know that Drew and Desiraye just had court about custody of Deshaun, and Desiraye is going to be getting visits. Anyway, during this whole thing, there's obviously like an investigation going on currently. And Stephanie has been ordered not to take pictures or videos or to bring up Deshaun or Desiraye or the entirety of the situation at hand, period. And she has still done that. So she says that she was apparently hacked and that people got her iCloud. There's been a fluctuation in cars coming in and out of their motel, which I mean, if you're in a motel and people are coming to stay there, then that's kind of like the whole fucking point, but okay. It's just giving rugs and paranoia to me. So, yeah, that's the update that I have today. I just think it's pretty odd. With this investigation, I think that they are wanting to see things from Stephanie, like pictures and videos, and all of a sudden all of those just disappeared, right? So that's pretty weird, but okay.
Let's not forget, Stephanie has been obsessed with being a stepmom. She said it over and over again. But not just any stepmom, the kind that paints herself as a hero, the savior, the one who stepped in because the real mom stepped out.
Reminder that if you see stepmoms struggling with their stepkids, please educate yourself on reactive attachment disorder. I'll say it again. Educate yourself on reactive attachment disorder. Enough when it comes to step-parents, and I just want to speak up about it, you know? The thing is, with the good step-parents, parents who choose to be that person for that child, that's what it is. You're stepping in as that person, that child's parent, because their biological parent decided that didn't matter to them. Being a part of their kid's life didn't matter to them. Why? I don't know. But you know what? That doesn't matter, because the step-parent steps in. Of course it matters, but my point here is that trauma that happens to the child because you decided you didn't want your biological child, that's on the step-parent to fix and put back together. It's crazy to me that that's not put into perspective. A step-parent willingly takes on every issue, every complication, and every behavioral complication with the child that is not biologically theirs. Same with the foster parent. And we choose to daily put up with that stuff. If you're a biological parent who kept your biological kids and you love your kids, you're still going to have those moments where you're like, my fucking God, what am I doing? But deep down, you know that's your child. That's your blood. You're not going to walk away. You're choosing to do that for your stepchild. There isn't that instinctual like, oh, I can't get rid of him even if I wanted to. You know what I'm saying? You're choosing that. And that's a golden heart kind of move, person. The fact that my man chooses to be my daughter's dad, he chooses to step in and take care of those daddy-daughter moments that their biological father is not in the picture for. And I choose to sit here and deal with every behavioral complication my stepson throws my way. And I'm here for it. But I just think, especially when you're going into school situations, it's like people discredit the step-parent and they don't want to they call the biological parent of the couple, and it's like, hey, let's not forget, I stepped in, I'm making that choice to be a part of this kid's life and be as much a part of it as I possibly can. I'm choosing to be their mother. I'm choosing to be the person who takes that time to make doctor appointments, research therapists, research sports activities. I choose to do that because the biological parent walked away and said that was something they didn't want to do for them. And I'm going to continue to do it, no matter how insane I become. No matter how much the child pushes me, I'm here. and I'll continue to be here. And I salute all of you step-parents and foster parents. You're amazing.
Except that's not true. Desiraye didn't walk away from her son. Stephanie and Drew worked overtime to push her out. And now that the court gave Desiraye weekly visits, Stephanie is unraveling. It's painful to watch, honestly. Her videos in the past were all about how biological moms give her and how stepmoms like her come in and fix everything. But in reality, she didn't fix anything. She just made Deshaun homeless, forced him to share a small room with 6 other people, and cut him off from his actual mother. Let's also be real. Stephanie isn't even legally a stepmother. She's not married to Drew. She still hasn't divorced her criminal husband. So she's out here calling herself a step-in mom while not even qualifying as a stepmom legally. That's why she wasn't invited in the custody case. That's why the court didn't care what she had to say. She's not legally in Deshaun's life. She's just the dad's girlfriend. And when her own mother gave her $12,000 to finalize the divorce from her ex-husband, what did she do? She ran off with the money. That's what she does. Avoids responsibility, then plays the victim. Why are people attacking me? In the same video, Stephanie complained that people keep attacking her, that people bring up her past and won't let it go. She said the attacks aren't about her personally, but about the things she did a long time ago. She made it sound like the world was ganging up on her for no reason, like everyone was just holding on to the things that should have been forgotten. But this is where her logic completely falls apart. People aren't talking about her past just to hurt her. They're bringing it up because it still connects to what's happening now. Stephanie is not being judged for something she did and moved on from. She's being judged because she still makes the same decisions. She's still stuck in the same cycle. Let's talk about her ex-husband. This isn't about a bad relationship that ended years ago. This is a man with a disturbing history. Stephanie had the chance to cut ties. Her own mother gave her $12,000 to get the divorce done. But instead of using the money for that, she kept it and stayed married. That's not something people forget. That's a choice that still affects her today and her kids. And when it comes to her living situation, Stephanie says she knows how bad it is because she's the one living in it. But if you know how bad it is, why are you okay letting your kids suffer in it too? Awareness without action is just neglect. She can't claim she understands how bad things are while doing nothing to change them. If you know your own environment is toxic and you still allow your kids to grow up in it, it's not just about the past. That's the present. That's now. So no, Stephanie. It's not just all drama people are dragging up. It's your refusal to grow, to change, and to take responsibility for your current life. That's why people are still talking. Living conditions and delusions. In the video, you could literally see piles of dirty dishes stacking high in the corner of the room. Cockroaches crawling around the floor, possibly near the dishes. Kids living in a cramped, chaotic space with old food left out and 7 people squeezed in one small room, barely enough space to breathe. Stephanie says she knows the situation, but if she really knows, why isn't she doing anything to fix it? Why is this the environment her children are forced to grow up in day after day? Her boyfriend Drew is jobless, spending his time glued to video games with a headset on. While the kids sit in a room filled with mess and noise, he's pretending like they're not even there. No job, no income, no effort to help, and yet Stephanie allows it. The overcrowding is unbearable. Imagine trying to sleep in a space that smells like unwashed dishes, where there is barely room to walk, where cockroaches crawl at night, and where personal space doesn't exist. That's not just uncomfortable, it's harmful. It's physically and emotionally unhealthy for any child. And despite all this, Stephanie's main concern isn't hygiene. It's not the mental health of the kids. It's not even the safety of the space. No, she's focused on the strangers at the motel, her iCloud being hacked, and her imaginary court battles. It's honestly heartbreaking because while she's creating imaginary enemies outside, she's ignoring the very real damage happening inside her own room. Kids who deserve peace, routine, cleanliness, and love, getting none of that. It's a level of delusion that's hard to ignore. Stephanie truly believes people are targeting her because they hate her. But the truth is simpler and sadder. People are just shocked that she keeps choosing this life, shocked that she's okay dragging innocent kids through this mess while painting herself as the victim every single time. Final thoughts. Stephanie Jenkins is stuck in her own mind. She thinks the world is out to get her. But what's really happening is this. She's refusing to take responsibility. She's choosing delusion over reality. And while she's spinning these wild stories, her children are living in chaos. Dirty dishes, roaches, one cramped room, a jobless boyfriend, a fake stepmom role she's forced herself into. None of this is okay. And it's not just the past, it's the present. Right now, Stephanie has every chance to change, but she won't. And that's the real problem. Let us know in the comments what you think. Do you believe her iCloud was really hacked? Do you think she's being targeted? Or is this just another distraction from the custody loss? Leave your thoughts below and don't forget to like and subscribe for more deep dives like this one. Stay safe and stay informed.